Hello everyone. So it is March, which means it is time for a new block in the Fit Bliss Lifting Club. So we are on month 2 out of a 4-month block. So those of you who've been with us are going to be continuing to build on what you were working on last month to help you build up the endurance and just the mental fortitude to push through these longer sets. That was purposeful because this month we are not only doing slightly higher volume, for example on squat day we're doing 8 reps, but we're also doing tempo and pause work on your main compound exercise for each day. As always, your accessories will still be emphasizing muscle building, muscle strength, and just overall function and ability. This month, day 1 lower body looks really fun. You have the option to do a tempo hack squat or a tempo barbell squat for your main compound exercises. But before you do that, we are going to start the week out with a 5-minute cardio session. You can do whatever you like, whether it's stairs, bike, walking. Just be sure you're getting your heart rate up above 100 beats per minute. It's even okay if you break a sweat. We want to take your body from being tight and stagnant throughout the day, maybe sitting at a desk or driving into the gym, and just get some blood flow. Get those muscles warmed up. Following the cardio, you are going to hop right into a banded warm-up. You're going to do some banded pulse squats, and you can experiment with the band, placing it as high as right above your knee and as low as down towards your ankles. It might seem like it's harder up higher by your knees, but it's actually harder to maintain the tension the lower you get down towards your ankles. If you're someone who struggles to maintain contact with the floor, squeezing the floor, and opening your hips in your squats, it may be worthwhile to put the band down a little bit lower. But anyways, you are going to get in position and you are going to do 20 pulse squats. And then following those 20 pulse squats, you are going to do a 20-second isometric hold with the band around your knees. For the pulse squats, I do want you to use a relatively light band, a band that allows you to maintain good body positioning as you get as low as you normally would for a weighted squat, whether that's a hack squat, barbell squat, or kettlebell squat. So I don't need you to put a band on so tight that it's restrictive and you can't maintain a really good squat form. And then while you're doing these pulses, I want you to really focus on keeping torso nice and upright, lots of tension, sternum up, hips open, core brace. We're not gonna have any stripper squatting, and just kind of a reminder for that. So you'll have the band, and I just want you to be sure that we're not going like this and then kind of bouncing in this squat position. We need to brace, hinge back, very carefully get down into a good position, pushing against that band, maintaining a nice upright position. You're gonna do your pulses like this. What I don't wanna see is this movement here, okay? So make sure to keep the band tension wherever you need it. And then for the banded squat hold, same thing. If holding the band, if you can keep nice upright posture, and that's gonna put you here, I would rather you guys do that than sink down low and be all kind of collapsed, okay? So the name of the game is tension, posture, control, and that is just going to carry over into our main exercises today. So then when it comes to your main compound, you're gonna move right into either your squats or hack squats. For both of these sets, go ahead and do 2 warm-up sets, anywhere between 5 to 3 reps, just to kind of get your body used to the movement and to build the weight up to whatever you need it to be for your first set. Which brings us to our first accessory set of the day. For our programs, you get to choose your accessory lifts based on what your goals, equipment accessibility is, or just what sounds fun. So this month you get to choose between a lying hamstring curl, a dumbbell RDL with a band around the hips to emphasize the glutes a little bit more, or a belt squat good morning with a harness. Each of these exercises, you are gonna do 3 sets of 8, working up to something that is challenging for that 8 reps. And then you're gonna reduce weight by about 20% and do 1 AMRAP set. Not to complete failure, but to the point that you're feeling like, man, I'm fatigued and I could only do 2 or 3 more reps. Our secondary accessory set, again, you have multiple options because you are your own person, so do you. This month you can choose between a dumbbell Bulgarian split squat, a explosive reverse barbell lunge, or a barbell floating deficit deadlift, which sounds a little bit funny, so let me explain those exercises. So for the dumbbell Bulgarian split squat, you are going to choose whether you want to do something more quad or glute emphasis. Just remember that if you are trying to use your quads, you're gonna have more bend in your knee, so your knee is gonna push away from your body a little bit more. And if you're trying to use more hips, your shin's gonna stay more vertical and you're gonna be kind of like hinging back into the movement. So be sure to post your videos on the Form Feedback group and we can let you know what you're emphasizing and what changes you can make. Also, if you don't want to use a dumbbell, you can if you don't want to use dumbbells, you can do a barbell on your back. You could hold a kettlebell, or if you're just getting started, it's totally fine to just do body weight. Your secondary option, the next option is an explosive reverse barbell lunge. So you're gonna have the barbell on your back. You are gonna sink back into that glute stretch for the reverse lunge, and then you're gonna kind of just fire your hips through and explode out of the hole. For the third exercise, you are going to be standing on a 45-pound plate or another platform of a similar size, and you are going to you're gonna do a conventional deadlift. So you're gonna get down, grab the barbell, and you are going to stand it back up, and then you are gonna deadlift the bar almost all the way until it touches the ground. So you are still gonna be going, you're not quite gonna touch the ground because it's gonna maintain this floating position, but if the plate is this thick, you're going about this far down. So you're still getting a little bit more clearance than you would if you weren't stepping on the plate, but you are not actually gonna tap the barbell on the floor. And for this exercise, you just want to be sure that you are not stepping on a tightrope. So as you're standing in your position at the top, don't kind of send your back foot back behind your other foot. Make sure you're stepping back or even back and out as you step into that reverse lunge position. That's going to help with hip stability and just make you feel a lot less wobbly. For this exercise, you're really just thinking about body posture. You want to keep chest up, lats tight. You don't want to have any rounding, and you're just doing all of those reps, maintaining that posture. Again, wiring your brain, being like, hey brain, this is how we deadlift. This is what our torso position is like. Not only in you're like, brain, this is our position. Whether we are squatting, we're deadlifting, we are upright, we are tight, our lats are engaged. So no rounding. And you're really gonna feel a really good glute and hamstring pump from this as well. All three of these are really great options. If you have one leg that is stronger than the other, I would definitely recommend doing one of the first two exercises. And on the contrary, if you are in a hurry and you don't have as much time, it would be better to do the deficit deadlift exercise just because you're gonna end up doing 3 sets rather than 6 sets, and that's not gonna take as long. Lastly, you have walking lunges. So you are just going to do 50 walking lunges, 25 on each side. If you can, do it without resting. If you need to rest as little as possible. And then each subsequent week after that, we are going to add 10 more reps. Hi, babe. So week 2, you're gonna do 60 reps. Week 3, you're gonna do 70 reps. And week 4, you're gonna do 80 reps. If walking lunges don't work for you, it's totally fine. Go ahead and set up a short step and you are going to do step ups with just your body weight instead.